Hi everyone, it's me, Sailor Moon, Serena, and me, Sailor Earth, Ernest, or Ernest P. Worrell here. And today we're going to get a new Reckoner. Well, this new Reckoner will have SMALLSOFT Windows 11 on it. I guess the update make would be 24H2. Yes, and hopefully it will be new enough that it can either take on 25H2 when that becomes a thing or not. I guess it is a thing. So, anyway, why are we getting a new Reckoner? Because the Reckoner we have is good, don't get us wrong, you know. But we could never take on the update makes. Like this Reckoner we got right now can only has 22H2. It could not meet the standard. Fuck. It could not meet the standard to take on 23H2 or 24H2 or hell even 25H2. So this new Reckoner would be a Izeus, I guess, or a Zeiss, Iser, I guess that's how you say it because that's how it's written. I only know about them because my mother bought a Reckoner, a middle top Reckoner made by them, and that was about 10 years ago. So anyway, when we get this new Reckoner, we get it on Tuesday. So I don't know how long it would take to get it all set up, to be honest with you, but not as long as you would think. Because first you gotta mic it up, then you have to go in and set up the SMALLSOFT reckoning, which you would run Windows through. So that means your wire or your step word, because they haven't shifted that though. Then after that, you get to choose your interweb settings. And nowadays, middle tops run off of wireless interweb, so that's the only one you can choose. Then after that, go for all your withdrawal settings. What you want them to watch, what cookies you want them to take, what things you want them to learn about what you're doing, and shit like that. I don't really care that much about it. So I guess I'll just leave it as is. Then after that, it goes for all those auto update things, I guess. And then you got to put in that login, but I would choose the PIN because, put in the login. Then I would choose to make a PIN, and I'll just keep the PIN that the PIN was from the last two. And if it all, works out, then all the logins to all the websites should shift over. Well, some of them don't, Like we still have our things for X written down because we all know that won't shift over. Some things will, some things won't. So anyway, and then you gotta run in all the updates, or how many updates they give you, And then after that, then you start setting up all your logins to your websites if they shift over, because some don't. Some logins don't shift over. Even if the only unlikeness is that you were going from one reckoner to another, even if you still have Windows 11, or have Edge as your web seeker, sometimes shit doesn't always sync over. So it is what it is. Then you got to look up some of the websites because some of that doesn't shift over. So anyway, it is what it is. And you also got to run the Evilware Stronghold tool, which for Windows, since Windows XP was known as SMALLSOFT Windows Fighter, which a lot of folks keep saying is not as good as everyone else out there, but it has its strengths and weaknesses. And set all of those stronghold settings on it. And then after that, then I guess see how the web shoot. Well, no, because then you got to hook up the speakers, the outside speakers, to run off some kind of Bluetooth tool. Because if you don't, and your reckoner goes to sleep, then it's going to be hushed every time you wake it up from sleep. And I don't know if it was only something that only the reckoners we have now did, or that goes for every Windows 11 reckoner. I don't know. So we got to put those speakers in and set those drivers up so it knows that those are the speakers. Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. We are getting a new reckoner this Tuesday. You know, a middle top. You know, and a lot of folks like to have their middle top reckoners off sale pack, but we would keep ours on sale pack unless there was some good grounds to why we didn't want to. You know, because even though middle top reckoners are smaller and they can be smoothly picked up, who wants to be taking a middle top reckoner around, you know, when it's more smooth to do that with one's wise far speaker. So it would keep it on the sale pack, you know, mostly. And I know someone is going to bring up, you know, the whole grounds and the Acer and all that bullshit. Well, then Acer didn't really do very well putting the reckoner together, and they did it. So, and it's been 10 years since the last mishap of any reckoner of any kind. So at the end of the day, wish us luck with setting all that up, you know, and hoping that all that works out, you know. Because you never know how everything runs or how the setup, you know, goes like, and all those other things. So yeah, we'll be getting that on Tuesday, you know. So wish us luck about that. And if you're asking us if we're going to be making any films from that, yeah, but I would most likely think that it would have to be, I would think so. Mostly it would be Jordan's, maybe the TWF. Maybe we make a film from that on that day to see how its web shooter and how its small speaker inside its web shooter worked. You know? You're right, Sailor Earth. You're right, Ernest. We are getting a new reckoner. We'll have it this Tuesday. You know. And shit. Oh, I went too far. I leaned myself too far, and now I'm falling off my Irwin doll stand. And now I'm falling off too. I leaned it too far. I leaned it too far. Hey, that's alright. You know, luckily I stopped myself. Alright, give this film a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.